Welcome back. All right, we got 7 games tonight in the National Hockey League. 3 of them on the earlier side, 4 of them on the later side of things. So, relatively easy to track, and let's start off with at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Arizona Coyotes and against the Florida Panthers. This is the second of 2 meetings. Florida won the first one in Arizona by a score of 4-1 on January the 2nd. The Coyotes are 23-19-3 overall. They're 6-5-1 over the last month, and in those 12 games, Clayton Keller leading them in scoring with 7 goals and 5 assists. Kerfoot's been quite good lately, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points for him. And McBain, and you better bet, I quote Simpsons every time he touches the puck, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points for McBain. On the Florida side of things, they're 28-14-4 overall. They're 9-2-2 over the last month. Tkachuk leading him in scoring, 12 games, 8 goals, 13 assists, 21 points. Bennett, 13 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. Really good run from Bennett lately. Ekman Larson in 13 games, a goal and 5 assists, 6 points. I'm very, very glad to see that Ekman Larson landed on his feet in Florida after the buyout from the Vancouver Canucks. It's definitely a much better fit for OEL. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Jets and the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on January 27th, so the last day before I leave. Winnipeg, 30-11-4 overall. They're 10-2-1 over the last month. Nemestikov, their leading scorer in that period in time. 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points in 13 games. Pionk continues to give them good production from the blue line. 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points in 13 games. Velarde, the scoring slowed down lately. 4 goals and an assist for 5 points in 12 games, but they're still getting wins. Toronto, 23-14-8 overall. They're 6-6-2 over the last month, and in that time, Nylander, their leading scorer, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points in those 14 games. Morgan Riley, a point per game producer as well. 3 goals, 11 assists for 14 points. Tavares has been cold lately. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 14 games. I think he's gone 8 without a point. It's 7 or 8 without a point. He needs to get some points. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between Carolina and Boston. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again April the 4th as well as April the 9th. Carolina's 25-15-9 overall, but they're 8-2-1 over the last month. And that's without solid goaltending. Just imagine if the goaltending becomes as good as we know it can be, they'll be in really good shape. Sebastian Aho, their leading scorer over the last month, 3 goals, 17 assists for 20 points in 11 games. Jordan Martinook, quite productive lately, 5 goals and an assist, 6 points in 11 games. Teravainen, probably looking for more from Tavo, a goal and 3 assists for 4 points in 11 games. On the Boston side, they're 29-8-9 overall. They're 10-1-3 in the last month. Pastrnak, their leading scorer in that period, 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points. DeBrusk, a point per game producer as well. 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. And Hampus Lindholm, after a slow start, he has 10 assists over the last month in 14 games. I could use a goal or two, but the 10 assists, you'll take that. 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific start between the Washington Capitals and the Colorado Avalanche. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Washington on February 13th. The Caps, 22-17-6 overall. They're 5-8-1 over the last month. Strome and Dowd tied for the lead amongst their scorers over the last month. Yeah, Nick Dowd at the top of a scoring sheet. 14 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. I don't mean that as an insult to Dowd. It just shows that for the Caps, their scoring has been a little bit off. Dowd's actually out producing what you might have expected from him. Pacioretty, not as much. 10 games over the last month, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. So you're probably looking for goals from Pacioretty as well as McMichael. A goal and an assist for 2 points over 14 games. And all that mixed in with Ovechkin not scoring like he used to. The Caps are going to need to keep the scoring down. The problem is Colorado, they're 30-14-3 overall. They're 9-3-1 over the last month. And McKinnon does not keep the scoring down. 8 goals, 15 assists, 23 points over the last month. Devon Taves, 4 goals, 7 assists. We know what Taves gives him on the blue line. And, yeah, he's been remarkable, the 11 points in 13 games. Johansson, probably looking for more production from Johansson, but he's good in the face-off circle. A goal and 5 assists for him over 13 games. So, yeah, that should be a fun one. And obviously I'm voting with Colorado. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific start between Chicago and Seattle. This is the third and final meeting. It's the rubber match because each team's won a game. Chicago won November 28th, 4-3. December 14th, Seattle crushed them 7-1. We'll see how tonight goes. For Chicago, they're 14-31-2 overall. They're 4-9-1 over the last month. Dickinson, their leading scorer over that time period, 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points in those 14 games. Blackwell, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Maybe their fastest forward right now, I would say, might be Blackwell. Donato, who returned in their last game. He has played 12 games over the last month, just the 1 assist, but he was all around the net against Vancouver. Maybe he gets one tonight against the Seattle team that needs to turn this around. They're 19, 18, and 9. They're 7-4 over the last month, but they've lost 4 in a row. McCann, their leading scorer, over that last month. 4 goals, 5 assists for him for 9 points. Eberle, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in 11 games over that time period. And Tatar. The offense, it's not there with Tatar like it used to be, and it does kind of make it look like New Jersey knew what they were doing, not bringing him back. A goal and 2 assists for 3 points in 11 games for Tatar. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between St. Louis and Vancouver. This is the third and final meeting between these teams as well, and they split their first 2 meetings. Vancouver won decisively 5-0 on October 27th. In St. Louis, it was a different story. The Blues won on January 4th by a score of 2-1. The Blues 23-20-2 overall. They're 6-5-1 over the last month. Thomas, their leading scorer in that time period, 3 goals, 7 assists for him. Parayko's been very good lately. 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points, and he's a +8. So Parayko had a rough year last year. He's had quite the bounce back. Players do tend to do that. Buchnevich, just the 1 goal, but he was all around the net last night, so maybe he gets one tonight. He has a goal, 4 assists, 5 points in 12 games. On the Vancouver side, they're 32-11-4. That record's ridiculous. They already have 68 points. They're 9-2-1 over the last month. I don't know who these Canucks are, but I like them. Pettersson, 12 games, 12 goals, 6 assists, 18 points. Absolutely crazy. Brock Besser, 12 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. So Besser's scoring's dropped off, as we might have expected. He's not going to score 60 goals in the season. Suter, 12 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. I think Pius Suter does perfectly fine in the role he's playing for the team right now. And, yeah, excellent run by him recently. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, the Buffalo Sabres in against the LA Kings. So the Sabres coming off of an embarrassment last night. The Kings have had their share of embarrassments lately, too. We'll see how this goes. This is the first of 2 meetings they'll meet again in Buffalo on February 13th. The Sabres 23-4 overall. They're 6-6 over the last month. Middlestad leading them in scoring over that time period. 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points for Middlestad in 12 games. Quinn, 12 games, 2 goals, 4 assists for Jack Quinn. Benson, just the 1 assist in 12 games, and I do wonder how much longer he's going to be with the Sabres. Are they going to keep him all year if his production's not taking place, or do you maybe need to look at moving him down? Because again, the whole thing is the big picture, and you don't want to end up in a situation where Benson's season's just kind of wrecked. On the LA side, they're 22-13-9. They're 3-6-5 over the last month. Not great. 3 wins in 14 games. Kempe leading him in scoring over that time period with 6 goals and 6 assists. Kopitar, just the 1 goal over the last 14 games to go with 7 assists. And Doughty, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in 14 games. Those are your 3 core guys right there that you got to have going, as well as the other players around them. And for LA lately, it just hasn't been going in their direction. So we'll see if that changes tonight against a Buffalo team that by the time they really got it going against Anaheim, it was just too late. So let me know your picks in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event that you have not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.